In a world where everyone is quick to react, rush to defend, argue, and explode, real power belongs to those who remain still. It belongs to the one who doesn't take the bait, the one who watches the storm without becoming it. The Buddha once said, "You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger." Let that sink in deeply. Because the moment you react, you give your power away. But when you master your mind, when you train yourself to respond with silence instead of rage, no one can control you, not with words, chaos, or fear. This is the essence of Buddhist wisdom, to rise so far above the noise that nothing can touch your peace. Here are 7 powerful lessons to help you train your mind to do exactly that. If you are tired of being triggered and want to become unshakable and deeply calm from within, read closely. 1. Detachment is the key to inner power. In this world, most people live like leaves in the wind, tossed around by opinions, emotions, and circumstances beyond their control. One harsh word collapses their mood, one small failure makes them question their worth. This happens because they are attached to approval, success, comfort, and outcomes. Buddhism refers to this as upadana, clinging or grasping. This emotional and mental clinging is the root of all suffering. Suffering doesn't come from what happens to you, but from how tightly you cling to your expectations. When you begin to practice detachment, not from love or compassion, but from expectations and the need to control, something remarkable happens. You realize that nothing outside of you has the power to disturb your inner stillness unless you allow it. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you care deeply but with wisdom. You still show up, you act with intention, but you no longer tie your ego and identity to the results. When you do this, you become like a tree in a storm, deeply rooted, calm, and unshakable. 2. Observe, don't absorb. One of the greatest skills Buddhism teaches is the art of watching without reacting. Life constantly throws emotions, words, and energies at you. When someone dumps their anger or frustration on you, the natural instinct is to absorb that energy. Hold it in your chest, and eventually become exactly what you are reacting to. The truth is, you don't have to absorb the energy of those around you. You can simply observe it and let it pass. Mindfulness practice trains your mind to become like a still lake. Whatever drops into it, a stone, a leaf, a storm, might create ripples, but the water will always return to stillness. When someone speaks with anger, see it for what it is, a temporary wave born from their own suffering. Don't grab the burning coal they hand you. If you don't grab it, you won't get burned. You are not your thoughts or emotions, you are the silent awareness behind them. By choosing to observe instead of absorb, you create a safe emotional distance and free yourself from being ruled by the world. 3. The power is always in the pause. In every difficult moment before the explosion or the regret, there is a tiny space between what happens to you and how you respond. Most people miss this brief moment, but it is everything. We are not prisoners of our circumstances, we become prisoners of our automatic reactions. When you get cut off in traffic, anger surges. When you get insulted, the ego instantly wants to strike back. But you are not those knee-jerk emotions. You are the one who has the ability to stop and choose. That pause is power and freedom. If you train yourself to take a breath, return to your center, and ask, what is the wise response here? You break the cycle of blind reaction. The more you practice, the stronger your pause becomes. You learn to speak to heal rather than to hurt, and to act from grounded clarity instead of impulsive emotion. 4. Let the fire burn out on its own. When someone throws anger at you, the natural instinct is to throw it back. But Buddhism offers a liberating truth: you don't have to add fuel to the fire. You can let it burn out on its own. The Buddha taught that hatred is never ended by hatred, only understanding and stillness can bring peace. When someone directs negativity toward you, they are essentially handing you a lit torch. If you refuse to take it, the fire dies. Inner mastery is not weakness or passivity. Refusing to engage in every argument or react to every provocation shows a much higher form of power. If someone tries to hand you a heavy rock and you refuse to carry it, who is left holding the burden? They are. Choosing silence protects your mind from building reactive habits. It helps you become a stone temple in the middle of a storm, immovable, secure, and at peace. 6. Acceptance ends all suffering. A core truth in Buddhism is that suffering is not caused by what happens to us, but by our resistance to what happens. We suffer because we stubbornly believe life shouldn't be as difficult as it is. We crave certainty in an uncertain world and demand control in a shifting universe. But things will never go perfectly according to plan. Acceptance doesn't mean you like what is happening, nor does it mean resigning yourself to injustice or failure. It simply means you stop fighting reality with your mind. Imagine being caught in the pouring rain without an umbrella. You can scream at the clouds, curse the sky, and get angry about being wet. Or you can take a deep breath, feel the raindrops, and simply keep walking. Either way, you are getting wet, but only one path brings peace. When you stop resisting your pain, it begins to soften. Acceptance is the doorway to true liberation. 7. The power of focused energy over time. There is a profound truth that is often overlooked. Small, steady efforts of the mind create real, lasting change. In Buddhism, this mental cultivation and training is called bhavana. Your life moves in the direction of your attention. The problem for most people is scattered energy. They react to trivial comments, get distracted by phone notifications, and let fleeting emotions pull them around. Undirected energy is like water without a container. It spills, spreads thin, and disappears. Instead, learn to pull your energy back and focus it on the present moment. Think of a single drop of water falling on a rock day after day. One drop seems like nothing, but over time, it shapes the hard stone. Your mind works the exact same way. Every time you choose calm over anger, every time you choose silence over striking back, you are strengthening your inner core. What if you lose focus or lose control? It is simple. Begin again. Start over, again and again. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to remain devoted to returning to your breath and your center. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, it is a daily practice, a constant return to stillness moment by moment. You don't need to win every argument, nor do you need to react to every insult. True peace doesn't come from forcing the outside world to change, but from transforming what is within you. The next time life tries to shake your balance, remember you are the mountain, you are the stillness. You are the sacred space between the trigger and the response. And within that space, nothing can truly harm you.